Hi guys, it's Nixie the Undertaker here, and if you haven't read the title of the video already, it's about AMC FearFest 2017, and it's a rant. So, yeah, the AMC FearFest lineup came out the other day, along with the dates, and I saw it on Facebook, posted by Bloody Disgusting. Very, very, very disappointing. Very fucking disappointing. For all you horror fans out there and people who have watched AMC FearFest over the years, it's just like a punch in the face to everybody. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you guys the dates of when it starts and ends. Well, obviously it ends on Halloween, so you guys know that already. And what movies are showing, then how I feel about it, or what they could have done to improve it. Alright, so, AMC FearFest. So the dates are from October 23rd to the 31st. That doesn't sound right? Because at least the past 5 years now, they've been showing it for 2 weeks at least, or around to 20 days. And they just knocked it down to 8 days, which is really weird and just doesn't make sense. Because we like to enjoy the whole month, to watch all these horror movies. Yeah, so that already tells you that it's not good. So here's all the movies that they're showing. Halloween from 1978. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Halloween H2O. Halloween 2, The Remake. Yes, you heard that correctly, The Remake. Nightmare on Elm Street, The Remake. Freddy vs. Jason. Friday the 13th Part 9, Jason Goes to Hell. Jason X. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Child's Play. Curse of Chucky, and the only good thing about AMC FearFest that they're showing is Cult of Chucky. If you fans of Chucky already know, there's a new Chucky movie coming out in the next couple weeks, and that's Cult of Chucky. AMC FearFest took it upon themselves to premiere it on FearFest, which is awesome. That's the only good thing that's coming out of this. So yeah, they're showing Cult of Chucky, not sure when. Annabelle, yeah, you heard that correctly, Annabelle. Thinner, Dreamcatcher, Dawn of the Dead 2004, so the remake. Land of the Dead 2005. House of the Dead 1 and 2. House on Haunted Hill 1999. Return to House on Haunted Hill. House of Wax the remake. Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Army of Darkness. Van Helsing. Lake Placid. Slither. And the Leprechaun franchise. That's it. I don't know how they fucked this up. I don't know why they did this to us, but it just looks horrible. I gotta tell you, movies that should not be on there is the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the Halloween 2 remake, Friday the 13th Part 9. If you're gonna put Part 9, why don't you just put the fucking first one that everybody loves, and at least the first 8 that actually mattered, whether you liked them or not. Jason X is a shitty movie, an excuse of a movie. New Nightmare I like. I always loved that movie, so that's fine, but at least show the original Nightmare on Elm Street if you're going to show anything. I'm a little disappointed that they're not showing Bride of Chucky, which is my favorite Child's Play or Chucky movie. I know all you are like, what the fuck, that's a shitty movie, because it's comedy, but that movie has a special place in my heart, and I know every line of that movie, and it's been on there, like, every year. I think, except for last year, the year before, they only had Child's Play and Seed of Chucky, which nobody fucking cares about Seed of Chucky. Annabelle, no reason for Annabelle to be on there. Just, it's a shitty movie, and it doesn't matter. It just doesn't go in with the nostalgia that everybody has for all these horror movies that they usually show. I don't know what Land of the Dead is, or House of the Dead 1 and 2. I don't know those movies. House on Haunted Hill has always been on there, usually, and same with Return to House on Haunted Hill. House of Wax, it's whatever. I don't really like that movie. Hellbound Hellraiser 2, it's okay. Army of Darkness, that's okay. Van Helsing, I've never seen it. Lake Placid, I've never seen it. Slither, never seen it, but it looks good. And the Leprechaun franchise. I like the Leprechaun movies, don't get me wrong, but, it depends what they're showing. If they're showing the first one, cool. Second or third one, okay. Anything after the fourth one, which is Leprechaun 4 in Space, which most people hate, but I didn't think it was too bad. It was a bad movie, but it wasn't the worst. You're digging yourself into your own grave by showing Leprechaun to the Hood and Back to the Hood. And that stupid other movie WWE came out with, Origins, which I thought was horrible. If you're gonna put the Leprechaun franchise on there, you might as well put the fucking Friday the 13th franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Halloween franchise, Child's Play franchise, and so on to all the good slashers out there. What the fuck, man? Like, I don't understand how they fucked this up so bad. I mean, the thing that upsets me the most with any of these movies on here is that they show the first Halloween, but not the second one. The second one is actually my favorite one, other than, the original. I always like the second one. But they're showing the remake of the second one, and not even showing the remake itself. I don't see how that makes sense. You might as well show Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 4, 5, 6, H2O, and that's it. Resurrection sucked. Third one sucked. I don't know who thought all these movies would be perfect and for all these horror fans. Like I said, that's a big slap to the fucking face. This is just not right. I don't understand how they could fuck this up. Now I don't want to watch it anymore. I honestly have no words to say. No other words to say. It's just crazy how they lessened the amount of days for the movies to 8 days after having it for at least 2 weeks consistently for the past couple of years. Usually putting all the Halloween movies on there, all the Friday the 13th movies, and most of the Chucky movies. Sometimes multiple sequels of Nightmare on Elm Street. And I've been watching FearFest for 9 years, so 2008 when it first turned to FearFest, and I was like 9 years old then. And, it's been a big, important marathon to me since, even though I didn't watch it like every single year after. Pretty much at least 7 of those 9 years I watched it consistently. But it's never been this bad that I can remember. AMC, you really fucked up big time. And to all of us AMC FearFest fans, we're all upset. And, oh, by the way, I think they're only doing this to give room to The Walking Dead. Now, let me tell you about The Walking Dead. If you're a fan, that's on you, cool. But I don't watch The Walking Dead. You could fucking air The Walking Dead new seasons, reruns, any other fucking month of the year, or at least, leave it out of the time slot for FearFest. Why do you gotta make room for fucking Walking Dead? Just air movies throughout, the 8 days. And give the first couple weeks of October to Walking Dead, since they had to make the amount of days for FearFest a lot less than it usually is. I don't care. Walking Dead is not the most fucking important thing. Everyone who's been watching FearFest for years know how big of a deal it is to them. If they really, really, care about it like I do, and I'm very passionate about it. I just don't know what else to say, but Walking Dead, you could have done anything else with that, instead of just, focusing on it during the time when FearFest is going on. So, now, I guess it's just pretty much over with. Who even knows if we're gonna fucking do it next year, or if it's gonna be any better? I don't really have any hope right now. So what I suggest is, if they are still having it this year, Sci-Fi's 31 Days of Halloween, which they do horror movies too, not exactly all the same ones, but usually good ones. I don't know if they came out with a schedule yet, if they're having it, and what movies. I'm going to look up into that, and I might make a video on it once I find out. I'm going to check that out, because, I have more hope in that than fucking FearFest. And, they make potential. Sci-Fi is a good channel. They usually show pretty good horror movies for the most part. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. All I gotta say is, shame on you, AMC. Shame on you for really fucking this up this year. And really, slapping the face of horror fans all like, who's been watching this marathon for a year to the last 20 years you guys been doing it, since it's been called Monster Fest. This just really is upsetting and just you guys, like, you know, treat us like shit, like we don't matter, and you tend to all the Walking Dead fans, but this is the 1 month that means a lot to us, and it just pisses me off so much. So, as a disappointing fan, I just want to say fuck you, AMC. And hopefully, you know, all you that feel the same way, I sympathize with you. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Alright, guys, Nick see The Undertaker is out, and maybe I'll make a video on the sci-fi 31 Days of Halloween, 31 Nights of Halloween, if it comes out. Alright, bye.